We are going to create a little membership model in our very simple MVC application. And you can see that we're going to have just an ID, which will be the primary key, first name, last name, gender, and age. So I'm going to copy this. And we're going to call it membership. So we're going to right click on models, add in class. I'm going to call it membership. I'm going to paste right in here. Let's save that. And our next step is going to be to create a little DB context file. And remember, the context file basically works with Entity Framework to create the table. So we're going to call it member DB context. And this is the code that we are going to use. And we're just going to stick it in models because this is pretty small. And we'll paste right over the top of that. And so we have just a little bit of data to work with. We're going to create an initializer file. I'm going to call it member initializer. And you can see that we're adding several rows of data. And this is nothing different than what we've been doing in the past. So we're going to copy this. So at this point, everything we've done is stuff we have been doing for weeks. Do a little save all. And then at this point, we do have to modify web config. We don't need to worry about creating a database because that's already in web config because we have the registration system. What we do need to tell Entity Framework is the name of our context file, and we also need to tell it the name of the database initializer. And that is what this code does. And we're going to copy it. We're going to paste it right after the opening entity framework tag. And if you remember, that's in web config, and it's near the bottom of the file. There it is. Let me save, and I'm going to go ahead and run a build. Our next step is going to be to add a controller in views, and then we're going to be adding a little action link. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'll probably just add this right now, and then I'll do the controllers. So we need the layout view. This is going to go to the bottom, so it'll be at the end of our menu. And let's generate our controller. So again, when we do this, you can do controller or new scaffolded item. What you want is MVC5 controller with views using Entity Framework. And so the class that we added is called membership. And the data context class is member DB context. And we're going to go ahead and click add. And let's run the app and make sure it works. Here's membership. All right, that looks good. What we're going to do is we're going to add those authorized attributes. So let's exit out of here. These are added to the controllers, so you can't have your app running. And what we're going to do is we're going to add an authorized attribute at the very top. And let's save. Run a little build. And let's execute. So I'm logged in, so I should not have a problem. I should be able to go into membership. I should be able to create a new person. I'll just create myself. Let's see, we'll say 29. Okay, not a problem. So I'm going to log out. Now I'm going to do the same thing. And you'll notice that it's not letting me actually get into membership. Okay, it's making me log in. So if I do not have an account, I cannot get to membership at all. So I'm going to exit out of here. And let's say that's great for editing and deleting and everything else, but we do want people to be able to see the index. So we can kind of override this for our index. All we have to do right above our index is add a little allow anonymous attribute. And then people will be able to get into index without authenticating, but they can't do anything else. So let's do a little save and we'll build. And then let's go ahead. So if I do membership and I'm not logged in, I should be able to get to the index. But if I try to edit or do anything else, it's not going to let me. So if I log in, I'll log in with Facebook here because it's super easy. Okay, if I log in, you'll notice it took me right to edit, which is what I was trying to do. Okay, so this little extra level of security is really nice. And it is something that you should add to your apps.